Developing a video content strategy can be definitely challenging because most times we are really good at just kind of doing what we do. We're good at doing what we do in our business, and we're like, oh, I'm just gonna turn my phone in selfie mode and I'll just film a video this way, or I'll just do this cool thing that I saw here. But the truth is, as a company, if you're going to be consistent with a video marketing plan, you've got to develop some type of strategy and plan for your business. And so today we're going to talk about it. Welcome back to another episode of the Keenya Kelly podcast, where we talk about all things business, marketing your business, and of course, having a balanced life. And today on the show, we are talking about developing a video marketing strategy. Now, I will say that I am extremely biased. And I am extremely biased because this is how I started my business. This is how I even let people know that I even knew anything. This is how we built a community. And this is how I basically live in America and pay my bills and help my team pay their bills because of video marketing. And so I am biased to say that video marketing works extremely well because, in my opinion, that it does. And so if you're here, obviously, because you're saying to yourself, yeah, I want to develop some type of strategy for my business. I know that I need one. I've been putting it off, or I just didn't know what to do. And today I'm going to really tell you some just very simple things that I believe you should do to build the perfect video marketing strategy. So let's get to first things first. The first thing you want to do is you have to identify what are the goals for video, okay? Now, I know obviously you're saying to yourself, well, I want to sell my products and services, but you got to get even more specific, because it's not enough to say I want to sell my products and services. It is, I want to sell this product. I want to sell these products. I want to do this in this way, because each time you create a video, you're creating it with the end in mind. Like, there's this book that I read years ago called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And one of the number one things was beginning with the end in mind. And that same mentality is what you should have when it comes to your videos. And so what that looks like is you have to go, okay, I am going to create a series of videos, but here are the top 5, top 3, however many products you offer, whether they're service-based or physical products. Here's the main thing we are going to be focusing on. And in each video, you may say, we're going to focus on these 2 products. Let's just say you're a skincare brand and this one works together with this. And you're like, okay, I'm going to be talking about these 2 products together. Sometimes this product is going to be by itself. Other times this one is going to be by itself. And then other times it will be together. You have to identify the goals, very specific goals. Because if you're going to talk about, let's just say the face wash, and then the moisturizer, and then the toner, or whatever, right? You probably don't want to talk about all of them in the same video if you have beauty products. You really want to go, okay, this one. That's like with us. We have one-on-one consulting. We have a membership. We have automated courses. We have live group courses. We don't talk about all of them in one video because it's too much. We got to get people focused on one thing, okay? So first things first, you want to identify what is the goal for your videos. Not overall, but like individually, okay? So first things first. The second thing you want to do is you want to make sure you are clear on your target audience. So one of the things I like to explain to people is that your target audience doesn't change because of the platform. Okay? When you started your business, you have your products and services, you have a certain person or people group in mind. That is your target audience as a business. So then when you start developing a video marketing strategy, that audience doesn't change. It's just where you're going to reach them. So here is your audience. So you have to make sure that when you start to create content for a video, that you're just talking directly to that person. So for us, we typically focus on female coaches and course creators. Yes, men come into our sphere, which is great, but our target is female coaches and course creators. So that when we actually start creating content, that is who we're targeting. So we have here the products we're trying to sell, and then we have the people we are trying to sell it to. So that when you start developing this strategy, you're going to be thinking about that person, those people, okay? Because if you're trying to reach them, You got to talk in their language. Your brand, your messaging should be relating, connected to those people. You know, like I'm in my 40s and perimenopause, menopause era. And if someone is talking about skincare to a woman my age, she's got to talk about the things that a woman my age may be encountering, right? Otherwise, if she's talking about teenage skin and acne, she's not really talking to me. I am perimenopausal, menopausal woman, right? So that's totally different. The estrogen, the skin, and the dryness, and all this stuff. So she's got to talk to me in my era and not in my teenage era when I may have had acne, because we all had it. Number 3, you want to assess the types of content, like the content styles that the way that you want to create content. Now, here's the deal. I know that you have been online and you have seen people create all different types of content. Now, I'm talking about people in business, not necessarily the stuff that you just love to watch, but the people in business. It is important for you to identify different content styles, okay? So one of those styles could be teaching. Okay, and teaching content is basically very similar to what I am doing right now. I'm literally teaching. That is it. It's not a tutorial. I am teaching. So yours could be a content style like that. Okay. Another style could be where you are actually highlighting, like you're positioning yourself as an expert based upon something that may be happening in the news, in the media, pop culture, or whatever. Back to what we were talking about with skincare. Let's just say that someone has something on TMZ or whatever, and they are talking about someone's having a breakout with their skin, or they canceled their tour because of skin problems, whatever it is, right? Well, what you could be doing is you could be talking about what the news is already talking about, and then you can relate it back to your audience. So let's just say that they're talking to a woman in her 40s, is having an acne outbreak or whatever, and they're talking about it on the news, whatever, right? What you could do is you could highlight that type of story, not making fun of that person, and just being like, the news is talking about this person, this person, and this person. But what they don't really understand is that many women in their 40s are dealing with ABC because of lack of estrogen. And you can start presenting yourself as more of a solution and an educator, and saying the types of products that this woman should be using is similar to our this, and this moisturizer, similar to our this night cream, things of that nature. And that's another type of like content style that you could be sharing, as it pertains to you and your particular content or what have you. Now, yours could be skits. Not saying that you would use skits, but yours could be skits, because you may say to yourself, well, our audience is very who they are, that this is how they communicate with us. This is how we've always talked to them. We've never really had a content strategy like that, but every time they come into our bar or restaurant or our reviews, here's what it always looks like. You could say, well, let's take what we're already experiencing, how our audience is already behaving with us, and let's bring it online. So there's like this restaurant called Karen, like a Karen's or something like that. And, if someone's actual name is Karen, they will get the absolute worst treatment when they go. And most Karens that go, they don't really realize what exactly is happening, but the friend that brought them is aware. And so they get the absolute worst treatment. I mean, just terrible. And then eventually they tell them what's going on or what have you. And so they have played on Karens in the world and created this restaurant type of experience that people look forward to coming to. And so we've seen on social media all the different ways that people have filmed the servers and the hostesses and all this stuff, and it's driving all these people into their place. And so they are permitting people to create content, tag them, they're reposting it, and it's causing more people to come and see them. Okay, so my encouragement is, first of all, look at what's already within your company culture. What is your audience already like? What do they already respond to? If you cannot find that, then I would encourage you to spend some time, actually, like TikTok is my favorite place to do this, but I would spend some time on TikTok and search within your niche, whatever it is you do, whatever it is you offer, and start looking at, content frameworks of what you are seeing is working well for people that are in your industry. Okay, so the video doesn't have to necessarily be a viral video, But if you see content and you're like, oh, this was a really good video, people really engaged with it, people were buying things, you can see it in the comment section, and you start seeing a theme with that person's content, that's giving you an idea of a content style. Doesn't mean you have to do exactly what they say, but oftentimes you can't see what to do because you haven't seen what to do. And so I encourage you to go and start watching what is working with other people, and that's going to give you an idea. In addition to that, while you are looking at the content style of what is working in your niche, you really want to also begin to dissect what attracted you to that video, what you believe has attracted other people to the video. Because oftentimes there are things that are happening in the video, like their call to action. What are they saying? How are they getting people to take action with them? Are they actually saying, buy my this? Or are they making you feel like you should go and buy it without ever saying it? Are they giving their call to action at the beginning, the middle, the end of the video? Is the call to action text on screen? Is someone saying something? Is there an arrow? Something like that. But also, what type of hooks are they using to get you to stop and watch the video? So a hook is something that happens the moment you land on the video that forces you to stop and watch the video. That could be text they have on screen. It could be what is happening in the video within the first frame. It could also be what the person says immediately out of their mouth, but it also can be all three. And so you want to pay attention to the content that you're searching for frameworks and look and see, okay, of the content that I like, the style that I like, in addition to that, what are some of their hooks? What are some of their CTAs? What is the experience I'm having as I am watching this content in a good way? Because if you're seeing that it's working really well, again, this is stuff you want to be imitating as it pertains into your video strategy. In addition to that, in the comment section, that's going to be killer for you, okay? Because here's the deal. When you already see content that is performing well and people are engaging with that content, that comment section is going to tell you so much. Because once you're going to start developing your content strategy, it's more important that you can see what are people that are buying this product or service. What are they saying? What are they asking? What are their needs? What are their gripes? And the more information that you have about your target customer, and you can see it in someone's comment section, then when you start to develop your content strategy, you're not just having a great video with a great hook, but the video is solving the problem that your ideal customers is saying that they have, or you are highlighting the problem that your target customer has, and you are letting them know you have the solution, okay? Because if they're saying they have a problem and then you're highlighting it in your own content, they're like, yeah, that's me, help me. And you say, well, I can help you with this, this, and this, then you are more likely to get a customer to not only watch your video, but to actually purchase what it is that you're trying to sell. And then lastly, very similar to what I'm saying about calls to action. When you are developing your video marketing strategy, it is really important for you to determine how you're going to start telling people what to do, okay? Because here's the deal. Sometimes people may not make it to the end of your video. And so you don't want to always have every single one of your videos with the call to action at the end. You want to try to have the call to action in different spaces at different times in different videos. So I've got some videos that are longer and my CTAs at the end, and I don't get as many people to take action. Other times I will have a key word. I'll say comment this word and I'll say it early on, or I'll have the text on screen that is like early on in the video, in the beginning, in the middle, and it just stays text on screen. And so then while they are watching the video and listening to me, they also have this thing telling them what to do. So I'm not waiting at the end to give them a CTA. Sometimes I will give them a CTA at the end, sometimes in the middle, sometimes in the beginning. But it is really important for you as you are developing this strategy for you and your business that you are testing things and determining what is working the best for you. One of the things that I'm learning is that if my video is longer, I have to give a CTA earlier on. If my video is short, I can give my CTA at the end and have great success. And so as you're developing your company's video marketing strategies, these are the things that you want to make sure that you consider. Now, if you are someone and you're like, listen, I need additional help with this, like I need some one-on-one help from me, my company, what have you, I would love to work with you. I do one-on-ones, I do team trainings and things of that nature. I will actually put a link in the description if you want to book a one-on-one call. We would love to serve you. And if you have any questions, feel free to, if you're on YouTube, ask me in the chat. If you're listening to this on a podcast, come on YouTube and ask any questions. I would love to engage with you. And so make sure you subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for listening and watching.